What's shaking there, Eco Ninjas? I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of a trick here to spot with your peppers. Now over here we've got a jalapeno that's looking just absolutely delicious. Nice flowers popping off here. Got some fruit sitting here towards the bottom. But over here, if you look at these bell peppers, it's not looking so hot at all. Now this bell pepper here, as well as this one, you see those spots? What I thought that I was dealing with at first was a bit of a calcium deficiency, where you're going to start seeing chlorotic spots like that. However, this is also a symptom of being over fertilized. So I tried a new product and I realized that, these bell peppers are a little bit more susceptible than your jalapeno as far as having too much nutrients. And so what I chose to do was actually take about a gallon or two of water, and I just started flooding this pot and getting everything out of that to where it's just nothing but the medium of soil again. Now you can see I put some sage leaves at the bottom. This kind of helps deter some insects right now because this plant's really weak. But when I'm looking at the new growth, I'm noticing that new growth is looking nice and healthy. It's not spotted in any kind of way. We've got a little flower sitting right there. I'm going to go ahead and pull that flower. The reason why is because this plant's hurting right now. I really don't want this plant to have to worry about trying to set out a viable progeny as far as a fruit to last for the next generation. I want her to just concentrate on getting better right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull the flowers and keep pulling flowers on her until I'm ready for her to concentrate on flowering. Right now, I just want her to concentrate on vegetation. Now, these leaves, the damage is already done. It's not going to look any prettier, but what I do want to make sure is that I'm not seeing those chlorotic spots, those yellowing spots here on the new leaves, which I'm not seeing. So that's telling me, even if I did have a calcium deficiency then, I don't anymore, but calcium deficiencies also can tend to resemble that over-fertilization. You'll get disformed leaves like this one right here that aren't forming fully well, or they're wrapped up and just kind of looking a little bit deformed. That's usually a telltale sign of being over-fertilized as well, especially with bell peppers, because they're very, very sensitive plants. So like I said, all I did with these guys was just simply flush them really, really well. And you can see on both plants, they do have a lot better leaf growth now. So I'm going to do the same with this one and just go ahead and pull these flowers because I want her to just concentrate on getting better right now and getting healthy. A lot of those were popping off already, and that's what you don't want, because let's say you only get so many flowers, right? You don't want those flowers falling off on their own because it's not going to want to keep setting off flowers. So by doing this, you're constantly keeping that plant into a flowering mode while staying in a vegetative mode, meaning it's going to keep wanting to put off flowers because it hasn't set off enough fruit to feel like it can survive. Awesome. Remember guys, sometimes you don't have a nutrient deficiency at all. You might have too many nutrients. And that's exactly why we need to start staying on top of our game, because if this was a large scale field, then where did all those nutrients go? Fortunately, I simply had a bucket under here when I was doing my runoff. That way I could use all that water on my compost where I did want some of those nutrients, so it worked out. But on a large scale process, all that excess nitrogen, excess phosphorus, whatever I had in there, would simply be running off into our waterways and promoting algae blooms. That's exactly why with Greener Solutions, we're all about using biofeed. Biofeed is one of those fertilizers that just doesn't leach like that. And that's what's important. We want to keep that food to the plant and not in our waterways. It's about keeping your plants green without keeping the water green, if that makes sense, guys.